Let's see if it works.
Read media.
Got your vote thing back on it. So guys, let me save myself. If you guys want to participate and we got your mail, guys, remember you can just go to t3medias.com/contact, like I said earlier in the show, or add us at T3Medias on Facebook, all the other social medias and stuff. And like I said, if we pick your comment, your question, your concern, it'll be read every weekend right here on the show. If you want to guarantee, let me find out where I'm at. I'm missing right now. Here we go. Like I always say, put it in the box. And if you want to guarantee your question to get read out here on the show, become a member and or a patron, or right here, let's do a super chat, and you get it read over here. I know we've been a little too nice to you guys every now and then in the chats and whatnot, but if you don't mind, I mean, hey, it helps support the channel, helps us to grow. Every now and then, a little $2, a little two-a-roo here for us, and help the channel a little bit there, guys. You know
what they call it?
A little two-a-roo.
Mm-hmm.
But that's if you don't mind. You're not obligated to do it, but we would appreciate it if you guys don't mind. But we have a couple of questions out there, a couple of comments out there that's in the box. Amy, what is the first one today?
Sure. BigBurg 97. We are discussing if we should take an intermission in the middle of our reaction videos to comment on the first half before we move on to the second. BigBurg says, do whatever you want. It's your channel. That seems to be the consensus. It's funny. I feel like people come on the videos and have their opinions, but like the actual people who are like kind of more regular responders and subscribers and whatnot are kind of like, do your thing. So again, we will continue to experiment and try to find kind of best case scenario that makes you guys happy, makes our lives not too ungodly difficult, and hopefully we find that perfect Venn diagram sweet spot.
Venn diagram, I like that word.
Diagram. I feel like I've been using that phrase a lot lately. Just like it's in the middle of the. Anyways, Jerf one.
I'll say for real quick. I feel like I'm going to misuse. It. I'm going to misuse that word very soon. Like I'm going to be necking with my fiance and be like, I love your Venn diagram. Like, she's like, what? Like, never mind.
Yeah, that's where the boobs. Like, I gotta save that for the after dog. Jerf one says, in response to Wonder Woman 84, how they're going to release it, says, I think they're going to release it in theaters, but also put it on streaming. Yeah. Breaking news, Jerf one is actually a studio, Warner Brothers studio exec. Yeah. Knocked it out of the park. That is exactly what they've announced they're doing.
So I guess I was the only one that didn't know. I set I set the questions up and everything, and everybody was right, but me, I'm the one left in the dark. Wow.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I hope it works.
Miguel G says, I'm new to the channel. Love your reaction to Bill Burr. He's my favorite comedian by far. Have you checked out Joe Coy? Thank you, first of all. And you know, I've definitely seen Joe Coy on things. Like, I remember him from like Chelsea Lately back in the day and like some stuff like that. I don't know if I've ever
this sounds familiar.
Watched stand-up.
Does
beyond
he have
like maybe little clips.
Does he have a Netflix
Sorry?
special?
Probably. I feel like he's a big enough comedian. He probably does. But yeah, I should check that out because I've always found him enjoyable. He's not someone I've ever like really looked up. Right. So good tip. Thank you, Miguel. Christopher Carbana, in response to Taylor Swift fighting for the master copies of her work, says, I mean, if she was the one writing the songs, composing all the music, and doing all the studio work, sure, but all those files belong to the label. You know, as we've discussed, it is where this gets kind of sticky and tricky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sticky and tricky.
Sticky and tricky. The Venn diagram of sticky and tricky has really...
nice.
We're
nice
right
callback.
at the middle. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I see both sides of it. Like, it's messed up. Your emotional, like, I don't know. Am I the only one where my emotional response is like, that's messed up? And then the more I think about it and the more arguments I hear, I'm like, well,
business.
That's also
Like just like Dollar Bill, aka Bernie Mac, said on the classic Oscar-worthy movie Players Club. Welcome to the stripping game, partner. I'm not comparing Taylor Swift to that. It's just the reference that just popped in my head. Sorry about that.
You feel good about how that went?
Yeah. Nah. I'll stand by it. What's next?
James Merlaut, in regards to the CMA Awards, says no clue what this is.
He's a member, right? James always just lays it out. Nah, whatever this is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I realize also too, I feel like we have a fair number of subscribers and stuff who are not Americans. Yeah. So I feel like the Country Music Association is not
like, this means nothing to me.
Not high on your radar. Yeah, I'm not sure where James is from, but if you are not in that world at all, which I also know plenty of people where it's just like
Germany.
Not there.
I can't remember where James. James, remind me, where are you from again, buddy? Let us know. All right. What's next?
Jeanne Cihla. I think I'm gonna go with.
Am I on the wrong one? Yeah, I'm on.
No, we're back to BigBurg.
Did I click on the wrong one? Here we go.
So we were discussing sort of the Johnny Depp.
Like, let me reset. And where are we at? Just read it out and I'll find it.
Jeanne Cihla says, two, Ezra and Amber need to go. If you use the reasons Mr. Depp was fired, those two should be fired also. Double standards. So we're discussing the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation, as well as the Ezra Miller video that came out earlier this year.
Right. Sorry, and I missed that graphic, but my bad.
No, it's all good. But I tend to agree with that and I feel like we discussed a bit last week when we were talking about it, just the double standard of it all. Mm-hmm. And yeah, absolutely correct. I think word to use their double standard of sort of, and I think a lot of people jump on the protect Johnny Depp side of it, but I'm just like, no, I think we need to investigate these all and treat them all incredibly seriously. And if we're going to set a precedent that is grounds to lose your work as an actor,
right?
Especially since they're all tied in through Warner Brothers, it's not even like, well, this studio's handling it this way and this studio chose something different. It's like within that house, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. At least at the end of the day, I mean, he got paid since he showed up and he filmed the scene. They were obligated to pay him his full salary. At least he got that. I'm just worried about like moving forward because I feel like because it's been proven a little bit that both sides were very toxic. Like these two people probably just need to stay away from each other. I feel like, I mean, I just hope he's not. I mean, there's a lot of people in the world who deserve to get blacklisted, and maybe Johnny Depp is one of these guys. But from what I've seen, I just hope maybe we love a comeback story. So maybe this won't hurt him too bad. Maybe he deserves a comeback. Maybe
I don't know if I'm rooting for a comeback story personally. I know I'm in the minority on that. I cannot figure out if someone can give me a good reason why we're like all team Johnny Depp
Edward
and
Scissorhands.
not team like both of the what?
Edward Scissorhands.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like him as an actor. I'm saying it feels like there is evidence against both of them having been,
I think it would just cause too much drama to just at this point to kick her off of Aquaman and whatnot. So I feel like, I mean, like I said last week, if Ezra Miller can do what he did and nothing happens to him at all, then I felt like it would have just been better just to leave it alone. But at the same time, if he was found guilty, then or found that her claims were proven, so I guess their hands were tied. So they're smarter guys at that executive board than I am. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm not in charge.
We have some other comments on the situation. Wendy Bryant said, Amber needs to go. She will eventually get what's coming to her.
Dun, dun,
I mean, I think if nothing else, after Aquaman, people are going to be very hesitant to cast her in things, I think.
Probably. That's probably true. But I feel like she's locked in with the Aquaman thing. And it's kind of funny. Like, it's interesting. Harry Potter character, we can let you go. Two people who are playing in superhero movies, nothing. I mean, it's probably just a coincidence, but just throwing up. People are saying a lot of things. People are saying things.
We Chogyam Headroom says, Amy camera upgrade? Just a thought. Hang tight, my friend. Just hang tight.
I threw that in there for a reason. A lot of things are happening. A lot of huge things. A lot of things you wouldn't believe. I'm going to talk just like them. You wouldn't believe the things that people are saying and doing with these cameras now and things that are going to be coming up. So you just stay tuned.
I'm going to go ahead and move on now. Don't take it personally. Paul Simmons. We also have more feedback on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation. Paul Simmons says, where was the mainstream media during the case? Why do you think internet social media was exposing this first? When the verdict comes out, then it's all in the newspaper. Just imagine Johnny Depp's kids. They never liked Amber Heard in the beginning.
I mean, that doesn't have anything really to do with it, but I mean, it might be true, but I mean, of course. I mean, it's Johnny Depp's kids. I mean, if it was me versus Amber Heard, my kids are gonna have my back too. Like, that doesn't really. I can't really. I'm not gonna put the kids on the stand for this. I feel like they're a little biased for Johnny. They've been Team Johnny probably since birth. So, so what do you expect? Okay, well, Rudy Giuliani's daughter threw him on it, but so yeah, I guess anything's possible.
Joe Hell 67 says Depp was asked to step back from his role. What I read, I don't know about Amber Heard. Why can't you at least question her role? I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Of just, like I said, keeping it consistent on how we handle this. And again, it doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter the gender breakdown of the abuse. If abuse is happening, it needs to be taken seriously.
Exactly. True words have never been spoken.
Mared Loon 9 says, I don't even watch Depp movies, and I'm on Team Justice for Johnny. When I first heard that he beat his wife back in 2016, I thought he was still with Vanessa Paradis. So I assumed it was her that he abused. I believed it.
So you
and I think
you believed it when it was the last wife, but doesn't believe it when it's this way. I don't get it.
Well, I think that's a lot of why there was such strong, like, oh, never mind, we're all on Team Johnny Depp. Like, the way it came out of, like, Johnny Depp beat his wife. Right. And everyone was like, you're done with Johnny Depp. And then it was like, wait, she might be abusive. And I feel like people just completely, because they want to, like, pick a side in these cases. And it's hard to go, well, this is complicated now because both could be true.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, then I'm on Team Johnny.
It's funny because back in the day that used to not be the case. I'm like, back in the day, it didn't matter how abusive she would be to a guy. If the guy would hit the woman one time, that's it. All especially in my school and my day. Oh man, I can't believe you did that. You hit you hit, like dude, she gave me 3 black eyes and she was breaking my arms. It's like, doesn't matter. Like but that was wrong even back then too. I'm like, guys, stop hitting. Stop the hitting. Just stop. Both sides. Stop. It just stop. It just all got to stop. These two just need to stay away from each other.
Yeah. Christopher Smith, in regards to Depp's suit that he lost, says a libel or defamation case is very difficult to win. Although you can be right overall, any small detail can make it as though you've lost. Not an attorney.
It's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, by the way,
I feel
not
like that's having these conversations.
I'm hiring you,
like,
sir.
I don't really know. But.
Like, no, the way you stated that, you're hired. I got a case that I want to fight, and I need your help, sir. Christopher, you seem smart, and you are hired. Agreed. I mean, libel defamation cases were very different.
And I forget the specifics. I do remember hearing, because that was also a British case, which I believe changes some of these
the
specific
Sun tabloid.
Has to be proven or not, or like who it switches. I'm like giving half the information because it's all I know. It flips who the burden is on.
The burden
either
of proof
the
was
the
on
publisher or the victim, like the defense or the I'm not a lawyer.
Johnny Depp.
I'll call my friend who is.
Johnny Depp sued the Sun tabloid when they printed that he was a wife beater, and then the courts there in England did determine that no, they are correct in putting that, because Amber Heard has proven, or they have proven, or evidence proves that you have hit or abused your wife, and he lost that case. Maybe he'll win it here in the States, but he lost that one there, which is probably the reason why Warner Brothers let him go.
Scott Jackson says, if Heard keeps the role, that's an admission by Warner Brothers to their stockholders that they like losing millions of dollars. I will be curious how this affects Aquaman.
I mean, COVID's going to affect Aquaman. I mean, all the other things. COVID's already going to affect, depending on when it comes out. I mean, that's all. They've already calculated. I'm like I said, they have smarter guys than me that are on that board. So they've probably ran all the simulations and ran all the risks. So I don't know.
And channel member, thank you, James. James Merlaut says, it genuinely sickens me how Warner Brothers could treat Johnny like this. Like, seriously, did Amber do stuff for the Warner Brothers executive board? Because otherwise, why are they in charge of developing movies if they're this dense?
I like the way you put stuff. Like, come on, don't start that. I genuinely say, I mean, like I said, people are Team Johnny. And they've already got their minds made up of who they hate and who they love. But what happens, James, if video or more videos come out and proves what Amber Heard has been saying? Then what? I'm still Team Johnny because I love Edward Scissorhands. No, got to be fair. Like it's been said, we don't know. We only know what's leaked and what we've seen online. We don't know what the courts have been given, the evidence that they've been given, the reason why they reached the verdict the way they did. So I'm not saying I'm Team Johnny or Team Amber. I'm just saying I'm not in that.
I'm Team neither of them. I'm just Team treat people equally and fairly and don't hit people.
Right. I'm just Team open the theaters up, man. I want to see my movies.
No, don't do that. What are you, the CMAs? For Christ's sake. And David Irvine sent in a message through t3medias.com. Thank you, David. Talking about John David Washington as T'Challa, saying, yes, thank you for saying this. JDW is the guy to continue the story of T'Challa. Was saying this weeks ago. Same exact reasons, too. Best reason Chadwick would have wanted this, and bet he would have because of Denzel. Thank you for saying this.
David?
There you go. You see your team. You. That is your baby. That is your.
Y'all find out later that that's my online anonymous.
Your alias.
That's my alias. But no, David Irvine, you seem like a very smart guy, sir. Love to have a virtual beer with you one day through Zoom. No, I appreciate you for sending that. You could have sent it anywhere, but you sent it through the website. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, t3medias.com. Subscribe to the blog. We every now and then we don't break any news, but it's pretty cool. We got a .com.
We're having fun.
But yeah, you can send us messages on through the website there, and enjoy yourself. So treat yourself.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.
Did I do it?